So I came across this like literally just now, watched a little more than half. And it really irks me when content like this is created because it's literally just in the vacuum of the percept just basically agenda driven. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to find a more fancy way to say it, but that's really what it is. But I'm gonna let the video play in its entirety, and then go after that, and then look at the comments, which I have not seen yet.
Two single moms and 6 kids under 9. Hi, we're Hannah and Elena, and we've decided to move in together to raise our 3 kids each under the same roof. Have you ever seen what happens when 2 moms raise a family together? It's not chaos, it's coordination. It's not missing something, it's doubled. Doubled patience, double protection, and double love. While some households are arguing about whose turn it is to help with homework, these two already handled it. One's cooking dinner, the other one's checking spelling words. One's doing bath time while the other one sets up tomorrow's schedule. There's no ego in it, there's no power struggle, just 2 women who understand what it means to carry weight and they split it. The bills, they're handled, emotions are held, and dreams are encouraged. You think it's different? Yeah, it is. Because these kids are growing up watching partnership, not performances. They grow up seeing communication instead of silence. They grow up knowing love isn't loud and fragile. It's steady. And let's be honest, when 2 moms run a household, nobody's waiting to be asked, no one's waiting to clock out, no one's pretending they did enough. It's teamwork without keeping a score. It's strength without ego. It's 2 women choosing each other, choosing the kids every single day. So no, our kids are not lacking. They're surrounded by women who know how to build, protect, lead, and nurture. So 2 moms, that's not a disadvantage, it's a powerhouse. 2 single moms.
So when I see stuff like this, it's not immediately like she's wrong for like the whole just simply woman thing. My issue is all she did was describe community. That's quite literally it. That village they keep talking about, that's all that is. And this can't be accomplished with husbands. Why? Why couldn't the concept, because this isn't the first time they've said something like this. I've seen several of these over the years. So my question is, well, why can't y'all come together and say, okay, this is who we want to create a community with, like talking about the women, before you get married, before you have kids, and then go, okay, let's go a way of finding husbands so we can have these families and so forth and blah blah blah. Like, why isn't that proactive decision seemingly ever made? Wouldn't that be smarter and like, efficient? And now the kids have the dads too, because this idea of, oh, they're not missing anything. You can't really say that. And I'm not going to say that they are, because I don't know the situation with the dads. Hell, because the dad could literally live next door, and they're just making this fucking video because they live in a house. Because remember, you said the bills are taken care of. That's kind of vague, right? But again, I'm not going to assume anything. I don't know if it's child support, if they got jobs. Doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what? Let's go look at their channel. Just 6 kids, 4 custody schedules. So do they both have 2 dads apiece? Hold on, let's see this. Hold on.
Get the kids lunch and get them out the door into school. Okay.
Okay, I was hoping she would maybe address questions there. Oh, here, maybe this one's it.
I have an hour and a half to pack, get ready, and clean the entire house. Hannah and I definitely went to bed without cleaning. One of the kids just walked in and is like, who the heck are you talking to? Me?
Okay, they apparently that's the title of all the videos. So going to have a bit of a time. You know what? Never mind. But anyway, like I was saying, why isn't this ever a proactive decision? Ever. You can come together and coordinate after the divorce. And it doesn't seem like they have jobs based on those videos either. So I'm assuming child support from all four dads. But that again, that I just don't understand why it takes failed relationships for women to go, okay, well let's just be a community and communicate. And now we can, do all this shit like so and then another thing that attached to this is one thing I always bring up is the father can never decide to just be a check, but everybody else but the father can decide that the father should just be a check. Like if because if you disagree with the whole the dad can't be just a check, well every time a woman makes a decision like this, immediate uproar of no, you have to make sure they're around the father as much as possible because he's more than a check. I never see that uproar ever. I simply see people either just mostly fun side with the mom, then like maybe like 2% of people would decide with the dad, but the answer is always somewhere in the middle, right? But let's get to these comments, and I'm pretty sure they're flooded with just people that agree with them. Well, maybe not, because the first one is by a woman who says, "Well, another way to remove men from the equation." Now, in this scenario, I'm very unlikely to look at any replies because it can become a rabbit hole. As you see, the first comment has 44 responses. I'm not reading all of that. It gets too sidetracked. So it seems that the first woman disagrees with them. All right, so I guess that's one for us. As a woman married to a man, this is a dream. Damn it! I wish. Let me go see if I can find it. So here, Shakira says something saying, well, I'll read a quote. Did you know that in Brazil there are more than 20 million single mothers who have to fight every day to support their family? I ain't one of them, end quote. And then the girl at the bottom says, now girl, I love you, but please, you rich as fuck with kids. And no man, that's my dream. Now here's what I asked. I said, why is that your dream? And this was only 2 days ago. Think about this. So many women I'm seeing are saying that they prefer this type of setup, which means you want to have the kids either naturally or the Ebony K. Williams way. It really doesn't matter, because if you want to have them naturally, but then have him uprooted and leave, or you want him to upfront agree to a hey, yeah, let's fuck around and have a kid, but I am going to I don't want you around. Like I'll let you know when I want you to see the kid. Like he's like the father is just essentially like a babysitter slash like send the check, nigga. That. Or the Ebony K. Williams situation where it's like, I don't want you around ever. I'll listen, the kid will never know of you. You won't know who we are. However, I will set up a middleman which you can come in and see the kid after the kid is 18. You will alert you, but don't ever overstep that boundary and try to see beforehand. Either way, it's I don't. This is some the bullshit that I really dislike. The society seems as if they want men to be basically okay with being separate from their kids, which means you have to have that emotional and psychological disconnect, which I would just label as a I don't give a fuck about the kids gene, but also at the same time be so passionate and loving about them that you'll step in and help out anytime and care for them and want to sacrifice. It is like you can't want that out of the same person. That is impossible. But then again, they do have us to the point where we see going to court and just agreeing on shared custody as a win. So I guess I stand corrected. Well, let's get back into this comment section here. Um, like it or not, that is the advantage of a two-parent household. It doesn't matter if it's two men, two women, or a man and a woman. Two parents can run a household better than one. I think you can run a household better than one. But I guess he's correct. But again, it seems as if, again, based on the few videos I've seen, neither one of them said they about to get their ass to work. So I'm assuming they have child support. And hell, maybe government assistance, I don't know, but at least child support. And if that's the case, then by default, we would have to say, shit, socialism at that point? Because how else could you have it to where the father is home just as much as the mother, and neither one of them has to worry about the bills being paid, right? Somebody got to go get the money. In like 90% of cases, like I know people have like passive income and all that, but in most cases, somebody got to leave. And women tend to not like them being the one that has to leave the house to go get money. So how could the father be there just as much as the mother to do this? Think about the duty she split up. She said they already help with homework. Already they're now cooking dinner. They already cleaned up, which they seem to have a lot of videos where they haven't cleaned up, by the way. But it's like, okay, if all the household duties are done and you're both home full time, no shit, you have less stress. What the actual fuck, dude? I don't understand that. And then she mentioned patience and all this stuff. Was like, well, yes, you and that other person have the same biological makeup as far as like being female. Yet no shit, you have the same type of personality and character traits to offer. You expect a testosterone filled person to have the same reaction, the same type of anticipation, the same reasoning you expect somebody with the different makeup to have the same psychological and emotional makeup as you? That doesn't make sense. But moving on. Imagine women managing and running countries now. Oh God, why do people do this? Why? Why? Do you do realize that the kids are your kids? And that house is like you don't have like, unless you want to say that you want to do a scenario where the kids aren't yours, they get a vote in most cases. They're fighting for other kids to move in and have more shit for you to do and care for and all. Like the idea that you're going to compare a house of two chicks to a fucking nation and several Congress, Senates, presidents, governors, really? Like, stop just blindly typing shit. God. This is so beautiful, but I can't unhear JatTP scripts. It's kind of irrelevant. The concept is the key here. Took two women to do what one man can. Argue with stats and your mother. I hate when people. Can we stop saying the whole argue with your mother thing? That was funny at first. It's not funny anymore. Because now everybody say it as a punchline and it's not a witty thing anymore. It's only funny if it's witty. That's it. It's not funny now. There should be, oh God, another program. There should be a program where an agency pairs you with another single mom who are willing to do this. Roommates and solitary bills and raising kids. You know what? This is seen as, I'm pretty sure, as a not big a deal to things with people who think like this. But imagine if we said, you know what, there should be a program where single moms and, dudes with jobs who might be incels should be paired off with each other, so we can cut down on the single mom rate. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, you're just going to sell women off to the incels and da, da, da. All of a sudden, the understanding of the context is way different now. You don't see them as pairing up and making a household work, which is they're the same thing. patriarchy cares only for men, and matriarchy cares first for children. Can y'all stop just saying shit, bro? How do you like? Where do you get this? Where do you get that? Because when the way listen to the way they make matriarchy sound, or assuming this is matriarchy, I guess this is matriarchy, two moms, whatever. But it's literally taking an outside source, four of them it sounds like, to make it work. You cannot pretend that part does not exist. You can't ignore the fact that it looks like neither one of them has a job. It looks like, based on what the videos they make, that they don't have jobs and they're going off outside payments from people. If that's what a matriarch is destined to die immediately. I heard recently that only one hard part of having kids is the father. Yo. And the fucked up thing is, dudes who are good dads will literally look at this and go, oh, well, they're not talking with me, so I don't care. Not understanding that this only makes shit worse. Because it causes a reaction of, oh, that's how we're seen? Well, fuck it then. It makes you not give a fuck about the other side because they feel this way about you. Mind you, by people who haven't done shit. That statement right here, the only part of having kids is the father. You're including men who don't have children, which is automatically saying that they're like a bad deal. So grateful to be a lesbian. Two moms are better than one. Does she not realize that's a diss to women? You're saying a lesbian couple is by default better than a straight couple because she's one mom. Or is that a play on words to say she's a single mom? I'm not understanding how we support people when you're trying to make things so good, but it's at a fault. Because this single mom term that people keep playing with, I'm not sure why we should have any empathy or sympathy or anything like that for single moms when so many women have tried their damnedest to make it sound so good. Y'all really got to start putting that into perspective. How the fuck did I get back to the top? I chose not to have kids because I grew up seeing every woman struggle and no man ever putting in the effort. I wonder if I would have wanted kids if it was like this instead. Okay. I want to know what they mean by saying seeing every woman struggle. Are they talking about married women, single moms? Like, what are they talking about? Because is it just that, oh, I seen a bunch of married single moms who husbands only went to work and paid the bills and apparently every dude has this ability to just go to work, come home and kick their feet up. No dude in these scenarios ever has the personality to want to play with their kids, right? That's the most jarring thing about these finger pointing. What I don't know what to call them exactly, but saying that these painting a picture that this is what a dad is, just some lazy person who just wants to not be involved with his children. It's like, have y'all fucking seen actual dads? To be clear, you've only seen the dads that have no connection with their kids and don't want to play with them, have fun with them, anything. You haven't seen that dad. Okay. It sounds like bullshit to me. That like this that show This Is Us, right? By season 2, you could see it clearly. The dad, the mom has to make sure her makeup and lipstick is right, make sure dinner's hot, make sure beer is cold, the game is on, everybody shut the fuck up. He just wants to sit there in his chair. Like, really? Really? Whose household was this? Your average dude had this much power. Really? And women just dealt with it and shut the fuck. Stop it. Stop it. Who are you fooling with that? My God. Oh shit. Well, the comments stopped. My mom and my sister's mom did this with us after her mom and our dad got divorced. My mom and stepmom continued living together off and on for decades after. They call each other wife-in-laws. Why were they living each other on and off though? That doesn't make sense. Did they find boyfriends? Did they get married sometime? Like, why was it on and off? And why can't the dad be on and off? Is just the fucking case then? The goddamn exceptions y'all give each other, shit. We should make this the norm. Again, I ask, this is gonna be the last thing, and I'm gonna go back to their page to see what am I missing on their channel. But to say that this should be the norm, I have to ask again: why can't the dads make the same decision and not be considered deadbeats? Why can't the dad simply say, "Hey, you and my other baby mom should go ahead and just move in together"? Yeah, all 7 of y'all just go ahead and just be a couple, be a seven. Y'all trust me, y'all have a way better community if all 7 of y'all just go ahead and be together. Why can't that be a thing? Only the mom can do this. Only. But I want to try to go through this and see if they ever have a job to go through. No.
Come spend the day with us while we navigate my youngest toddler's hearing loss journey. Her appointment: 2 single moms and 6 kids under 9. Hi, we're Hannah and Elena, and we've decided to move in together to raise our 3 kids each under the same roof. We desperately need ideas for school lunches because the kids are going to start hating sandwiches real quick. We started to make their lunches again because honestly, the school lunches are trash. Why are American school lunches the way that they are? My son was telling me that his grilled cheese sandwich at school is like 2 pieces of bread put in a toaster and then a slice of cheese slapped in the middle. And if they don't want the main course meal, they get the second option, which is
We went to Costco. Come put them groceries away with me. Chocolate green.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any videos that says they have jobs.
Put them up till they shut them down. You never ain't not around it. No matter what time or town, I can't get.
Like, I don't want to have to go through literally all of these, and I don't want to falsely put anything out there.
6 kids, 4 custody schedules, and 2 single moms. Hi, we're Elena and Hannah, and we're choosing to live together right now so we can be there for each other during our single motherhood. Our custody schedules line up just perfectly to where all but 2 of our kiddos are with their dads. So every other weekend, it really lightens our load, and we only have 2 littles to take care of. While it's Hannah's turn to sleep in this morning,
Did you hear that? Of course, the stress in your house is going to be low when you can count on having 1/3 of the fucking kids. And again, it doesn't sound like either of you have a job. This is a shit comparison to an actual marriage, bro. And y'all can split the bills with y'all fucking child support payments, bro. Come on. How do you compare this to actually living with someone and having to have an actual relationship with someone you had kids with? That's a bullshit comparison.
It's my turn to take on kid duty, so I'm gonna make myself some coffee. I've already fed the kiddos breakfast and cleaned that up, and then I'm gonna start some care of. While it's Hannah's turn to sleep in this morning, it is my turn to take on kid duty.
Did you hear that part? They take turns sleeping in. Again, and you compare this to an actual relationship where the dude has to get up and go to work. Man, excuse me. This is exactly why you're always going to be fighting an uphill battle if the person you're dealing with literally sees this as an option. We can't actually have a relationship where we critically think and solve our problems. If society has put into your mind, you can just go and live with another woman. Neither one of y'all have to have a job. And y'all shit is taken care of. Y'all can take turns sleeping in. Like think about that. And they don't have to either they don't have to swear off men either. They can still go date if they want. They can still have dick appointments if they want. They can still have go. I guess those are the only two left. But you don't actually have to do anything because you even take turns sleeping in. Stop comparing this to actual relationships, bro.
So I'm gonna make myself some coffee. I've already fed the kiddos breakfast and cleaned that up. And then I'm gonna start some medicine for one of the littles that was born at 26 weeks, causing her severe lung issues. So during flu season, we have to take a little bit extra precaution to help her stay healthy. We are curious, how do you keep your kiddos healthy during the flu season? Aside from the obvious hand washing, keeping things clean and sanitized, covering your mouth when you cough, that sort of thing. We want to hear the unhinged, hippie, woo-woo ways to keep our kiddos safe during the flu season, especially with one medically fragile baby. We invite you to find entertainment.
I didn't leave abuse feeling brave. I left feeling empty, confused, and ashamed of the things that were never mine to carry. People think abuse.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. Like, come the fuck on, bro. We're really getting told that we're being compared to women who agree to live with each other and have an opportunity to sleep in as adults. This is like a slumber party. You brought your kids, and you're going to compare this to having a fucking man in the house, right? Y'all full of shit, dude. Be right, not positive. I'm out.